Hey everybody, this is DJ Vinyl Vertigo. Welcome to my channel. Real quick, I'm just gonna go over Record Store Day list for Black Friday. Seems like everybody's doing it, and there seems to be a lot of people poo-pooing. Not a lot of people. Some people are poo-pooing it. Some people are really liking it because it's pretty diverse. I think it's very diverse. But a lot of the opinions I'm seeing on VC is not that diverse. Some of it is, but not that diverse. From my closer compadres that I that I tend to watch, they seem to be looking at the same records and going, "Oh, that's great," but they're overlooking other things. And so I'm giving an alternative view of what I think is really interesting for Record Store Day. I'm going to skip some of the real obvious ones like the Bill Evans and all that kind of stuff because and the Grateful Deads and the Doors and you know done 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 and done so much. So I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that I think is interesting for Record Store Day. I'm going to skip all of the picture discs because I'm not into those. So I agree with a lot of people on that. That word will say. Bad Brains, pretty cool. Live at the Bayou, Washington, D.C. July 1980, March 15th, 81. It's a Record Store Day exclusive. 2500. The band's Jericho. It's pretty good. That's a first, though. So, I'm not really running for that one because you can get that one later. Um, Matt Berninger. Matt Berninger is the vocalist from the National. Um, it's an EP, 10-inch EP. It's exclusive. Get Sunk at the Union Chapel live together. Oh no, just live. He kind of sometimes he puts me to sleep a little bit because he's very somber and quiet and whatever. If you're into that kind of thing, that's a really good one to get. Not necessarily for me. So far, nothing that I'm running to. Very best of Eric Burden and War. That's great for people who don't have a lot of war stuff, but I have a lot of war stuff, so I don't really need that. That's a Record Store Day exclusive, 2,500 copies. Cade's the Elephant. Now that's interesting, and I think that's the one I would put on my list. Live from the Vic in Chicago, Legacy Recordings, and that's an exclusive, 4,500 on that one. Um, let's see what else. Eric Carr, no. The Phil Collins one is a 12-inch. I think I'll skip that. Larry Coryell in the 11th House looks interesting. Riviera 76. People kind of go, "What? Larry Coryell is basically the Godfather, one of the Godfathers of fusion music, and he was very well liked by Miles Davis, even though they didn't really work together that much. He worked with a lot of people, and he did a lot of good stuff with a lot of people. I saw him with John Tropez, Larry Coryell, John Tropez, and I think John McLaughlin. It was a 3 guitar show. They had 3 sets and 3 different guitarists in New York City back in 1978, I think it was. Oh man, blew my mind, and they were all really great. So, people like to say, "Oh, what's with this Larry Coryell?" I think that's the interesting. To me, that I'm more interested in that kind of stuff than every time you see a Bill Evans. Bill Evans has so many live recordings. I mean, they can do that forever and ever and ever without an amen. But Larry Coryell, you won't always see that everywhere. So I think that's something to look at. I probably won't because I have so many of his things already. I don't want to go overboard. I don't like to just go over. I'm all in with certain artists like Prince, Shaka Khan, certain artists like that. I'm all in. I get everything. Elvis Costello, Bowie, but I'm not going to do that with every artist that I get. A little too expensive for me, but I think the Miles Davis is a good one if you can do that. I think that's going to be expensive, and that's nickel December 23rd, 1965. Is that 2? That's an exclusive, 5,900 copies, so that'll be gettable, I think. I think Delight is something to get because Delight was out when CDs were like all the big thing. So to find Delight on vinyl and it's not a 12-inch single and you get a bunch of stuff, that's really cool. The very best of Delight has all their hits. Somebody said, oh, one hit wonder. And I say to that, only if you're not cool. If you were in the cool kids group, you knew that Delight had more than Groove is in the Heart. And that was not your favorite tune either. There were other tunes that were equally as good, if not better. So, people in the know, the cool kids, know about Delight, okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. Next, Devo Christmas record, I don't know. It's a picture disc anyway, so let's skip that. The Doors live, and I'm tired of seeing Doors stuff. That's just me. If you're into the Doors and you're all in and you're a completist, that's great for you. I just can't do it. Now the Bob Dylan sounds really interesting. Mazzy talked about it a lot. Freewheeling Bob Dylan, that's the Freewheeling album, but in its original form. So there's 4 tracks on there that were taken off the original. So that's cool if you're a completist, and also if you want those songs and you want the record the way it was originally maybe intended. I don't know. That's cool. Billie Eilish, 12-inch EP live. That's a record store first, so I can wait on that. Maybe that'll come out later with some other stuff. Who knows? People who like R&B music, especially 90s R&B, 80s R&B, 90s R&B. Born to Sing, In Vogue. That's their premiere record. That record had so many great songs on it, and great singing on that. And I think the production on that was really good. It's all digital musicianship, but it's all program stuff. But it's really well done. Really cool stuff. Has good samples in it and stuff. And Vogue, and that's 1700. It's an exclusive. So that's good to have. English Beat at the BBC. That's live. That 4000. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna skip down. I'm skipping Fleetwood Mac. Enough for that. Let's see what's next. Ghost Note, really great jam band. Funk soul jam band. Really good stuff. More funk jazz soul kind of stuff. Fortified, Ghost Note. I think that's live, if I'm not mistaken. Doesn't say that here, but I think it is a live release, and that's an exclusive. 1500. I'm considering that one. Let's see. I'm gonna skip all the Grateful Dead. Sorry, Mazzy. I'm gonna go down further. In Excess. The last one that I got was okay, but I think this one's going to be really good. Live from Royal Albert Hall in London, 1986. It's on Rhino. It's the exclusive 3,000 copies, so you might want to get down and get a copy of that one. Let's see. The only things over here that interest me, the only thing is Wabash Avenue, Yorma Kekkonen. I think that's really cool. I don't know if I'm going to go for that, but I got the one with him and Janis Joplin, and that was really, really good. But that one, I'm just making people aware of that. That's a good one on the list. B.B. King live. Time Traveler Recordings. That's Zev Feldman. And that is live in Europe. 1968, 1974. Zev Feldman put that one together. So that looks good. 2,500. And then Marcus King. Marcus King has a record called Blue Something that just came out. Well, this is No Room for Blue, and these are the alternative takes and also extra tracks from that release. So that's kind of good. Marcus King is from Alabama. He's this great singer, songwriter, incredible guitarist. He does he's like a blues rock artist. Really, really good. Very soulful. It's on Republic Records. 3,500 copies. His last record store day, his live record, live at the, what's the name of the little place that people play in Nashville? Live at the something. I can't think of it. It's in the movie. It's a TV show of Nashville. Anyway, the something room. Anyway, that sold out like immediately. So I'm sure this one's going to sell really well. No Room for Blue. He's amazing. Rashawn Roland Kirk, that goes without question. But I'm probably not going to go for Vibrations at the Village, live at the Village Gate. Um, that's an exclusive. I'll wait and see if that comes out later on. A lot of the jazz stuff, it gets kind of pricey, and so it kind of kills the amount of stuff that I can get. And I know it's not about quantity; it's about quantity. I mean, about quality, not quantity. I get that, but there's certain things that I want to get, and so I'm within a certain budget that I want to keep. G Love Special Sauce, Ode to RL Boyce. That sounds interesting. If that's a first, so I can wait on that one for me. Um, Curtis Mayfield. This Curtis, I don't have this on vinyl. I can't believe I don't have it on vinyl. But that's a doer. That one is definitely a doer. On Rhino, so 2,700 copies. I think that's gonna go. That's gonna fly out the door. I think Post Malone, he's the ambassador this year for this record store day. Long Bed, that's gonna sell like crazy. 5,000 copies there. Joni Mitchell always sells. So it sells kind of slow, but it always ends up selling. Rolling Thunder Review, Joni Mitchell. Oh, that's kind of cool. And that's an exclusive, 5,500 copies. So you can get that if you want. Let's see. Let's keep going down the list. I'm just kind of. So people are talking about a lot of these things. I don't want to keep boring you with stuff that people keep talking about. So I'm going to keep going. I don't see anything on this page. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. People have been talking about. That's a first, so I can wait on that one. Round the World in a Day, Prince and the Revolution. I think that's done as singles. I think it's all the singles from that record plus extra tracks from other things that were released around the same time, all put together in one package. So that's good. I mean, for a Prince completist like me, it's a good thing to do. If you're not a completist, it might not be something for you. Go with his regular studio records, I guess. But hey, why not take a chance? I mean, I think it's kind of cool. 1985, they're doing it, the year 1985. That's how many copies they have pressed, and they did it by the year because that was 1985. All right, let's keep going. Chapel Roan's gonna sell like crazy, I'm sure. It's a 7-inch vinyl, exclusive, 30,000. So that's one of those singles that's gonna fly out the door, and probably people are gonna be buying it so they can flip it. Probably. I don't know. We'll see. Soul Coughing, Ruby Vroom remixes. That's interesting. That's probably a favorite for Soul Coughing fans. That's a favorite album for Soul Coughing fans. And that remix, it's exclusive, only 1,000 copies. So, and theirs tend to go quickly. They tend to go pretty fast. Soul Coughing, because you don't see a lot of their stuff around. You don't even see a lot of their stuff on CD around. So, they're very well loved by people who like underground, indie stuff. Let's see, Thievery Corporation. I'm probably gonna skip this one because I've gotten the last two. That's what I mean. I don't want to go crazy. Radio Retaliation. It's very reggae. It's a lot of reggae stuff on that one. I like it. It's not my absolute favorite Thievery Corporation record. The one from the last record store day is one of my favorites. So I got that one. So I'm gonna skip. I think I'm gonna skip this one. I'm almost done. I'm skipping. We're going to various artists now. Jazz Dispensary, I always get that, so that's all I'm going to say about that. Some people skip them because they think that, I don't have to have every one of them. I like them. I think they're beautiful. I think there's only one of them to me that was not so great. It was kind of boring, but overall, they're really good, good compilations of really interesting. Mostly, it tends to be mostly funk jazz kind of stuff or Latin jazz kind of stuff, but it's good stuff, It's very 60s, 70s kind of stuff most of the time, but I always get it, so I'm going to get that one for sure. That's it for various artists for me. I'm skipping all this. Let's see, Wicked's going to be there, but I'm not going to get that. Wilco. I'm back and forth on that one. Wilco, Jeff Tweedy, Daniel Johnston. That's probably going to be pretty good. 3,400 copies. It's called DBPM 15. I'm going to look at that. Which I would love to get, but I think that's a first, so that'll be back out, so I can wait on that one. The Zamrock band. They're so good. Fool's Ride, and that's considered a classic. Fool's Ride. It's definitely if you're starting to get into Zamrock or any kind of African kind of rock and roll stuff, definitely check that out. Yeah, Bobby Womack, live in London. Absolutely, absolutely. It's an exclusive, limited run. I'm really on Prestige Elite, live in London. I will do that one. I mean, all of his famous songs are on that one, and yeah, for sure, for sure. The only other one I'm thinking about over here is Lester Young. I have some of Lester Young, and I don't listen to him enough, so I might just pass on that. But I'm just putting it out there. Fantastic horn player. Lester leaps in live at Birdland, 1951-52. It's a first, so there'll be more of those out of on Liberation Hall, and there's 1,500 copies of that. So I'm leaving it there. And you know what? I'm gonna give a shout out to this guy, even though I'm not gonna pick it up. But this guy was on tour with the Mavericks, and now you know that Raul Malo's he's really really sick, and they had to stop part of the tour. They had to stop the tour, but Dwight Yoakam's continuing on with another artist. He was Dwight Yoakam was touring with them, and I saw them with Dwight Yoakam. It was a great show. The record's called "And Then I Wrote," the first 3 albums of the '90s. Dwight Yoakam on Rhino's a 4 LP set, exclusive, 2,745 copies. And I wanted to mention him because he was on tour with the Mavericks, and I just want to put a shout out to Raul Malo. And I hope you feel better, guy. I hope the treatment that you're undergoing helps you in some ways. He's got some really serious health issues going on. And that's it for me. That's it. And I'll give a shout out to Warren Zevon, the Edmonton Folk Music Festival on Omnivore, and that's 2,200 copies. That's an exclusive, and that's it for Record Store Day for me. That's quite a bit. I mean, I'm not going to get all those, but I mean, I'm just showing you what I think are interesting to look at, and I skipped a lot of stuff that's kind of like done that everybody's talking about, everybody's excited about. I wanted to be excited about some things that are different, so give you a different perspective. That's all. And that's it. DJ Vinyl Vertigo getting back to work now, and keep listening to great music. This weekend, just to let you know, I'm doing tomorrow night. I'm going to be at Skipper Smokehouse in Tampa, Florida. My band Talk to Mark. We're going to be participating in the 6th annual tribute to Tom Petty, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And that's it. Talk to you later. Have a great evening, and keep listening to great music.